these competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash, 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard.
From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Mexico City Diablos. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
319!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got his man here. It's Gary Jennings Jr. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Joe Mixon. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And he finds Howard complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game.
Let's set it tall, fellas. Let's set it tall.
Now a handoff looking right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They find some open field here. And it'll be a terrific return here as he gets it down all the way inside the 30. Allen now on first down. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be second down. Allen gonna throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Here's Roberto Aguayo for the field goal try. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Aguayo's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Hey, check.
Ready.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Charlie. Bam. Tighten up. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8.
64, weak.
4 down, even. 36.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. This is fielded inside the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Here I come again. Check 26, check 26. Check, go back. We got motion. Back up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now they try the right side here. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This is Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. I'll tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Now a handoff looking right. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
6 man. 6.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
90 Wolf.
Strong right. Out. 3 down. Out. Joker.
61, matchbox, to go.
2nd and 4. He's got it. It's Escobar. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Out. 80 weapons.
No. Off.
Hey, wahoo! 5.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, echo.
51, Mike 51. You bet.
Protein spill.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
We ain't giving them nothing today.
Slam.
56, 56. Half.
Check it back.
Alert.
Hey, exit.
To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Jennings was the one he was looking for, and now it's 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Alert.
Bravo.
Mike 51. Mike 51. I got it. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Alert.
To the air, Allen. And Jennings has it. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Oh, yeah.
56, 56.
Check 13. Check 13. Mike 51. Mike 51. Get ready. Get ready.
Hey, zoom.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Get in the weight room.
Alert.
Get in the weight room. 51.
Go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. From 4 yards out. And the Giants have taken the lead. Aguayo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Coming. Recon, 132 fighter.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
On the set. Pilot, 64, weak. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Set up. 15 line. 15 line. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. Shoot.
They'll run here with Edwards. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Again, it'll be Edwards. And shedding through the tackle. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys are going to retake the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, high 7.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there for the Giants. 42 yards. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Back now in Mexico City. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hey, Haywood!
52! Mike 52!
And now they'll throw with Allen. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense says they have it. Yes, they've got it. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover.
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turned the ball over. Terrible.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 26. It's a gain of 8.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Pull it high.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for New York. This is brought in at the 21. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
and so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, Alpha, 61, matchbox lights.
52, watch 52. 52's the mic.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Sound.
And a give this time to the tailback.
Watch the twins.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because...
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one, losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Allen to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Back to throw. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Well, now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Boy, he covered a lot of ground. 82 yards on the punt return. And the Giants are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point good by Aguayo. And it's now 17-14. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Protein spill. Hey, lock it. Go, go. Get it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll actually wind up losing about 10 yards here, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On play action, Allen. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. Terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. That's caught by Jennings. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Middle.
Now Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. So now it's up to Roberto Aguayo. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Round 80. Check back. Single.
Back to throw. Allen. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So it all comes down to the right foot of Roberto Aguayo. This will be from 53 for the win. And this one is right down the middle. But hold everything here. They might have hit the kicker. And if they did, that'll be a first down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.